Seth Rollins sends a sinister message ahead of Crown Jewel, Keith Lee undergoes another name change, and Vince Russo breaks down the main flaws with WWE's programming. What's up, everyone? I'm Jose G, and there's a lot to talk about in today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. Never miss brand new content by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Bobby Lashley comments on why a match with Goldberg will be a passing of the torch. Former WWE champion Bobby Lashley was interviewed on Busted Open Radio before his no-holds-barred match against Goldberg at Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia. The Almighty gave his thoughts on the upcoming match against the WCW icon and why he feels this will be a passing of the torch moment, saying, quote, "I think I have the advantage across the board. I don't see where he has the advantage in any kind of match. Goldberg is Goldberg and will always be Goldberg. He comes out there and destroys people, but I almost see this match as a passing of the guard. Eventually, I'm going to be slowed down and tired to an extent. I think I'm that guy who comes back and disrupt people's shine when they're doing big things." End quote. The feud between Bobby Lashley and Goldberg became personal after Lashley attacked Goldberg's son at SummerSlam after the title match. With revenge on Goldberg's mind, a no-holds-barred match against Lashley has the potential to become one of the most brutal matches in recent history. Seth Rollins sends a sinister message ahead of Crown Jewel. Seth Rollins and Edge will step inside the diabolical Hell in a Cell structure at Crown Jewel this Thursday. The Visionary has sent out a sinister message ahead of the show. After WWE shared a photo on Twitter with the caption, "Hell awaits for Rollins and Edge," Rollins replied to the tweet by stating, "The end is nigh." Since Hell in the Cell is the devil's playground, the two stars will be able to rip each other into pieces, and there's no way for either of them to escape. While neither man will admit it, Seth Rollins and Edge are quite similar. They have both done some nasty stuff as heels, such as invading people's homes. They both won the Royal Rumble match, Money in the Bank contract, and the WWE Championship during their prolific careers. They've had two great matches with each other, and there's no doubt they'll put on another memorable performance at Crown Jewel. Both men have also competed inside Hell in a Cell before with an opponent that had supernatural powers. It's possible that this could be the last time that Edge and Rollins will wrestle each other in WWE, so we should savor the moment while we still can. Keith Lee goes under another name change. WWE has once again made a change to Keith Lee's name. It's been a very up and down 2021 for the Limitless One. Lee was days away from being scheduled to win the United States Championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view on the road to WrestleMania. But heart complications arose following his battle with COVID-19, placing Lee on the sidelines for a number of months. Keith Lee quietly returned to WWE TV over the summer and was used sparingly in matches against Karrion Kross and Bobby Lashley. He was then taken off Raw again in order to get repackaged. Keith Lee began working dark matches on both Raw and SmackDown as Keith Bearcat Lee. He returned to TV weeks later in Cincinnati on September 27th, winning a squash match over Akira Tozawa. Lee was once again absent from TV after that, but is being advertised for the season premiere of Raw next week as Bearcat Lee, his first name being dropped from his act entirely. The two name changes in a matter of weeks. One would hope this means that Vince McMahon has plans for Lee when he returns to Raw next week. Backstage rumblings suggest that Bearcat Lee will be positioned as a heel on the WWE Flag Show, but that yet has to be confirmed. Whatever the plans are for Lee, we hope that he can regain the momentum that saw him rise to the top of NXT before his move to the main roster. Whether that happens or not, it remains to be seen. Raw superstar expresses disappointment in not getting a match with Bray Wyatt. Raw superstar Karrion Kross recently reacted to a Twitter user's post and expressed his disappointment at not getting a match with Bray Wyatt. Ever since Karrion Kross made his way into WWE, many fans have been expecting him to square off with Wyatt someday. Given that both men depicted dark and strong characters on TV, the dream match would have been special. Recently, a fan on Twitter expressed his displeasure with the fact that he didn't get to see Kross versus Wyatt. The former NXT champion responded to the fan with a GIF to show his disappointment on missing out on one of the dream bouts as well. This is not the first time that Cross has expressed his desire to fight Bray Wyatt. In an After the Bell podcast episode, the former NXT champion named Wyatt and Drew McIntyre as his dream opponents. Last year, both Wyatt and Cross reacted to a fan's tweet wanting both of them and Aleister Black in a triple threat match. Former Universal Champion Bray Wyatt was released from WWE at the end of July, and his non-contract clause will be up by the end of this month. As reported earlier, Wyatt is already preparing to move forward with a new ring name as WWE owns his current ring name. Wyatt was one of the most popular stars amongst and continues to enjoy the love and appreciation from wrestling fans worldwide. Hence, it's no secret that promotions want to get a hold of him and boost their popularity instantly. There has been speculation of top companies like Impact Wrestling and AEW wanting to sign him. Tony Khan recently opened up in an interview with the New York Post that although he hasn't spoken to Bray Wyatt yet, he is willing to open talks with the former Universal Champion at the right time. Vince Russo breaks down the main flaws with WWE's programming. Former WWE writer Vince Russo recently spoke about the main flaws in WWE's programming. Speaking to Dr. Chris Featherstone in the latest episode of SK Wrestling's Legion of Raw, Russo discussed the need for WWE to capitalize on the short attention span of television viewers. Here's what Vince Russo had to say in this exclusive clip from Legion of Raw.
Bro, I swear to God, anybody listening to this show, whether you're married, whether you have kids, whether you're watching with a friend, when you're watching television, observe how the people you're with are watching the television. Bro, I could tell you, here's a perfect example. My wife, I try to sit down and watch TV with my wife. Bro, I could tell you with my wife, that show's got 10 minutes at the beginning for something to happen. Like, if there is not something happening in the first 10 to 15 minutes, my wife wants to go on to the next thing. Bro, that's television viewers. That's the short attention span. Something better be happening, or else I'm going to go watch something where something is happening. Do you know how long nothing's been happening on this show? Nothing, bro. Nothing. Just look at the Goldberg Lashley thing. They've done the same exact thing for the entire month. The story has not escalated. It has not gone from point A to B to C to D. It's been right here the whole time. Yeah. That's how the entire show is every single week. I mean, bro, we can sit here and tell you tomorrow to the T what the rating of this show is going to be, bro. It's going to fall in somewhere around a 1.6 and a half, the same 1.6 and a half people that were watching it last week.
You can watch full episodes of Legion of Raw with Dr. Chris Featherstone and Vince Russo on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching today's Sportskeeda Wrestling WWE News Roundup. For exclusive content you never want to miss, you gotta subscribe to our YouTube channel and smash that notification bell so you never miss whenever we drop brand new content. Follow us on all social media and download the Sportskeeda app for the most up-to-date stories in the world of wrestling.